Hello there, welcome back. Nothing fancy here, but guess what's next? Look. Ooh, butter. I'm gonna try it. I'm gonna try and learn so I can pass it along to you. I'm melting it down. I'm following just some stuff that I've Googled. So hopefully I can make you an informative video here that'll help you with getting this onto the shelf and out of your freezers maybe. I have right now 8 pounds in this cast iron. Sorry, that's my timer going off for my jars that are in a water bath. I'm hoping to get those 3 more into here. So I'll be back. Keep following. All right, so here I am. I'm back. Nothing fancy canning, home canning here. This is my melted 8 pounds of butter. Salted butter, just a Wegman brand. I got it on sale at one of our discount stores. Instead of keeping it all in the freezer, I want to put it on the shelf so that I have shelf stable and ready butter. I was thinking that might have cut some time off. But anyways, so nice and slow. We do not want to scorch it. We do not want to burn it. We don't want to turn it brown. We're not making brown butter. We are just making shelf stable butter. So I've got this melted down. I've got my temperature up. I'm continuing to stir. And what you're seeing is the milk solids on the top. Certain recommendations is you would scrape that off the top and not put that in your jars. But other people say, why wouldn't you put that in your jars? Because we're going to be shaking the jars after they come out of the pressure canner after the first 15 minutes. And I'll show you that process later when they come out of the canner, but that's going to get reincorporated. So I am not going to strain mine. I don't want to waste any of this. So I'm going to jar it all up. You bring it up to a simmer. So we should start to see that butter underneath of there moving. So I've slowly increased the temperature because I'm standing here with it and I am stirring. I want that up to a nice little moving simmer, not a boil, guys. Don't boil it. You take the chance of going too far and scorching your butter, burning your butter, getting a bad burnt taste in your butter, that kind of thing. Just nice and hot. Okay, just in that nice and hot. Okay, just in that nice little simmer movement. See it kind of moving there? That's what I'm looking for. So now it's going to go into my jars. I'm going to jar them all up. You can see in the background there my black raspberry that I did earlier. All of them sealed. So we're going to jar them up into I'm putting mine into half pints. All right, because I just want a little bit available at a time in case it's an open jar. I don't want to have too much open at one time. We tend to get breadcrumbs and all kinds of things in our butter over time if we have too big of a container. So I like to use it and use it quickly and move on to the next fresh container. So they're going to be half pints. When I did my research, what I found out was a pound of butter, that's 4 sticks, made 1 pint of butter. So this would equal 2 sticks. This would equal 2 sticks together in a pint jar, which is how some people can theirs into this size of a jar. That would be 1 pound or 4 sticks. So if you're going to use these afterwards in a recipe where it calls for a stick of butter, you just got to do the conversion to tablespoons or teaspoons, whichever the recipe would call for, and measure it out. That's going to be your only thing. But if it called for 2 sticks, you could just use 1 of these half pints and be done. So I'm going to ladle this up. I'm going to wipe these rims this time because our food product contains a fat. It is going to get the rims wiped with white vinegar. Definitely white vinegar anytime you're doing meat or an item that has a fat in it. So I'm going to wipe those rims with white vinegar. Very, very good. Very, very good because of that oil. It will keep that from sealing. These are going to go into my pressure canner. They're going to go in there. Probably have to stack a little bit because I'm averaging, I think, about 16 to 17 of those little half pints. So I'm going to stack them, no biggie to me. And they go in there for 90 minutes. So 90 minutes, 10 pounds of pressure for my area. Do your conversion if you're in a different area. So, all right, welcome back. Nothing fancy canning. So here is my successful butter. It has come out of the pressure canner after the time was up. And what the process now that I've found is to mix up those separations. If you can see in the thing, there's separations of the different parts of the butter. So mine have all sealed, but you can see the solids. So what they recommend is that every 15 minutes you shake that up and mix that solid part back in through the butter. So I will go through here and then I'm going to set another timer for 15 minutes and I'll come back out and do that again. If your rings have loosened a little bit, just tighten them back up. But there we go. So successful sealing, I have to say that they have all sealed. I did do 1 pint so you can really see the separation in the 1 pint. So I'm going to shake it up also and then put it back down, and I will keep doing that till it is solidified. So, and more solid. What I'm thinking is these are going to be about an hour's worth of shaking. So 4 times, maybe 5 or 6 times, depends how much time here I can see the change. So here was a little bit that was left over from the pot that didn't go into a jar. I had a baby food jar here for my granddaughter. So I have been shaking that about every 15 minutes, and you can see it hasn't completely gotten solid yet, but it is starting to get thick and come back together. So that was just what was left in the pot when we were done. So I'm going to finish up here and go through here and do that. And from what I've read and seen online, this lasts anywhere from 3 years to 10 years is what they're saying online. So it just depends who you research or what video or what Google that you go on, what site.